Hello and welcome to the Print Polygraph with our political editor DK Singh. Now, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has been disqualified from the Lok Sabha after a local court in Surat, Gujarat convicted him of in a defamation case for comments that he had made against Prime Minister Modi, Nirav Modi and Lalit Modi, basically equating all three of them together in a poll rally in Karnataka in 2019. Now, after this conviction, as per law, Rahul was immediately removed and disqualified as Lok Sabha MP. What we are going to be discussing today in this episode of Polygraph is what this means for him and what this means for the Congress party going ahead, especially ahead of Lok Sabha 2024. DK, thank you so much for joining us. Firstly, what does this mean for the Congress? Do you think it's working for them, not working for them? How do you look at it?
So legally, I don't think Congress will be worried, because if you look at the case, I think the Surat court went over the top. In the sense, if you look at the offence. Now, yes, you can say what Rahul said in Karnataka. If when he's equating, he is saying that, how come all thieves have Modi's surname?
Modi,
he's saying Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi, Nayan Modi. Now, equating the Prime Minister of the country with fugitives, calling him a thief. It's not just distasteful, it's insulting. It's a very intemperate language. So there Rahul is completely wrong. I'm not even getting with this surname discussion.
No, but what he was saying at the time is that Modi has facilitated these...
Even if it's political rhetoric, you have to think you're talking about the Prime Minister of the country. So of course, you have to be quite moderate. You have to be, you should know what you're talking and who you are talking about. So there he was wrong. But look at the sentence also. For this, he had been sentenced to 2 years of jail term. Now, if you look at it, look at what the BJP leaders have been talking for the last several years. So, if you hear who all in BJP said what about A. Raja or Kanni Modi or the 2G scam, those involved, today everybody will be half of the opposition would be facing defamation cases.
No, but even Pappu for that matter is defamatory.
CWG scam. So, in politics, yes, you have these rhetorical statements coming here and there, and people don't like it. It's not desirable, but well, that's the reality of the day. So that's fine. For that, court sentencing you to 2 years of prison is, as I said, over the top. And I'm sure when they go to going for an appeal to the Sessions Court, at a High Court, the appellate court, I think, would give them relief. Whether they set the conviction aside or whether there is some remission, we don't know, but it won't be like 2 years. So on that count, probably they will not be much worried. As for disqualification also, the moment the conviction is stayed or set aside, setting aside would take a long time, because from one court to another you never know what verdict you will get. But if conviction is stayed while the hearing is on, his disqualification will have to be revoked. So that's also not a worry. Politically, if you look at it, for Rahul, it might have played well, from his perspective, because again, he is the face, he is back to the center stage, and this time it's not because he is being pappufied, but because he is being seen as a challenger who is taking on Modi. I'm not talking about his intemperate language or the words he used, but somebody who is emerging as a major challenger and around whom all opposition parties are rallying around. So Rahul will not be disappointed. As for the Congress, much would depend on whether the Congress is, or what narrative the Congress is able to build. Are you going to, as you were telling me just now, that the Congress is planning this rallies across the country?
Sarak se Sansad tak.
So they're going to hit the streets. But then what are you going to tell the people? That okay, a court has convicted Rahul Gandhi. He was disqualified by the Lok Sabha Speaker as per law. People may question the alacrity of this decision. That okay, yesterday this decision was taken and today you are disqualifying him. But if you look at the Supreme Court verdicts also, Supreme Court rulings, it's like your conviction is, your disqualification starts from the day of the conviction. And earlier also you have seen many cases where in case of MLAs and MP also, in Lakshadweep MPs also, Lok Sabha has been taking decisions within a day or two. So they have been doing that.
That's the
Yes,
rule.
or probably you expected them to be more charitable. You expected the BJP to give you some time to go in for an appeal and then get your conviction stayed. And then probably the speaker won't have to take that decision. You wanted the BJP to be very charitable, very generous with you. I'm sorry. That kind of politics is gone. Those were bygone days. Now that politics of accommodation doesn't happen. If you were expecting this, you were probably, I don't know what you were thinking. But if that is the narrative you are taking to the people, that court convicted Rahul Gandhi, next day the Lok Sabha speaker disqualified him as per the prescribed law. And are you going to win the confidence of the people, or will you be able to take this narrative to the people that you have been victimized, quote unquote? To Congress's success failure depends on this.
Like they're trying to, after the emergency huddle that happened in EICC, the Jairam Ramesh came out and said that the political message that we'll take is that Rahul Gandhi has been purposefully disqualified by the BJP.
So point is, you
ये
have to take
साजिश
that
है.
message purposefully. PM sajish, as he says, conspiracy. But where is the conspiracy? Now you may be putting many question marks on the court's ruling, but at the end of the day, it's coming from the court. Disqualification is as per law. So how do you convince the people? Look at the BJP narrative on the other side. So we heard Bhupendra Yadav today, and later Anurag Thakur in an interview with us, with our colleague Shankar Dinesh. He was, again, both of them were talking about how Rahul Gandhi insulted the OBCs. That why all thieves have Modi surname. Now look at the way the BJP is trying to build a narrative. And look at the Congress narrative. Victimhood, but you have to have substantive reasons to, you have to produce something substantive to see you have been victimized.
So Hari Sundar, who's one of our members, is asking, DK, what are the political implications due to this disqualification for both BJP and the Congress? Are the BJP a little worried of the optics of this, and the Congress, and can the Congress use this and expand their narrative of saving democracy?
See, as of now, the BJP does not look worried at all, because we have heard what Bhupendra Yadav had to say. We have heard what Anurag Thakur said to ThePrint in an interview, that the OBCs are being Rahul has insulted the OBCs, and they are just quoting that all thieves. Why are all thieves having that Modi surname? So if BJP builds that narrative, it will be difficult for the Congress to actually take them on, because look at the Congress narrative. Again, you have, what will the Congress say? Okay, court convicted Rahul Gandhi, next day the speaker disqualified him. Well, but everything was as per law. So far the BJP, that's probably the reason BJP is not looking that worried, or BJP is rather aggressive. As for the Congress, what Congress takes away from here, Congress should be, I would say Congress is also not a loser, or not looking like a loser so far, because Congress has suddenly got all the opposition parties rallying around it. But to build that narrative where the victimization thing comes, that the Congress leader is being victimized, it is a lot more than the opposition coming together. Opposition, how long will that opposition stay around in a huddle? Today Arvind Kejriwal has supported you, today Mamata Banerjee has supported you, Akhilesh has supported you, but of course they are not going to have any long-term agreement with you or alliance with you. At your, basically, what you would be looking out for. Mamata Banerjee may be supporting you, but if Mamata Banerjee says in West Bengal in 2024, actually I'll be the leading partner, you just support me. Arvind Kejriwal asked the same, that okay, you are nobody in Delhi, you support us in 2024. How long will this alliance go on? So just that all these parties have their own cases to deal with, and that's why on this particular topic they have all come together. Congress may be looking at it, finally at some point Rahul Gandhi has been accepted, or probably these people rallying around Rahul Gandhi projects him as the leader, the principal leader of the opposition. Fair enough, so far so good, but how long, the durability of this opposition huddle, it's quite uncertain so far.
Sankalp is asking, again, one of our subscribers, it is likely that a higher court will quash the disqualification. I think, Sankalp, what you mean is that the court will quash the conviction. After all, without Rahul, BJP will struggle to get even 200 seats. I know it's unlikely, but don't you think the Congress would rather use this as an opportunity to rid the party of Rahul and promote Priyanka Gandhi Vadra to cash in on the public sympathy that might be created if Rahul Gandhi is jailed? So lots of ifs and buts there, Sankalp, but we'll let DK answer.
Coming to his number one point, that if he thinks if Rahul Gandhi is not around, BJP will not reach even 200 seats. That's being unfair to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He has his own constituency. Yes, having a weak opposition leader helps, but it doesn't mean that somebody else comes and or if he's not there, the BJP's tally will go down. That's a bit unfair, Sankalp. But anyway, as for the second part, whether Congress should be trying to get rid of Rahul Gandhi, I'm afraid the Gandhi family has this iron-like grip on the party, and it will continue as it looks like. Priyanka, as far as I can see, in immediate future, I don't really see her assuming a larger role in the Congress. At best, she would enter the Lok Sabha or the Raj Sabha. She is already a party general secretary, but of course, in some states, you have seen her playing in bigger roles. Say in Himachal Pradesh assembly election, even in Chhattisgarh, she is constantly in touch with the chief minister, and she is right in the forefront. So in some states she is playing bigger role, but just to compare her role with Rahul's, you don't really have any indicator showing that probably somewhere she may outmatch him in terms of responsibilities or the kind of roles he plays in the Congress. I don't see that happening. Congress getting rid of Rahul, but let's face the reality. Who else does the Congress have? I mean, which leader today you say that okay, he becomes the national face and he'll be getting votes from across the country. One is that there is no leader.
They have not built anybody that way.
No leader with that kind of mass base. Yes, you can develop one. Now somebody like say Bhupesh Baghel, for instance, I would say, he's a very promising leader. Somebody like Sachin Pilot is a very promising leader. But they will take years to have that kind of appeal across the country. So Congress even trying to get rid of Rahul Gandhi, okay, maybe if you are of the opinion or some people are of the opinion that the votes are not for the Gandhi family, votes are for the
Congress party.
Because Congress cannot be, Rahul Gandhi himself cannot win his own Amethi seat. And wherever he campaigns, the Congress does not necessarily win. So there are these factors, of course, and there's realities. I mean, Congress Gandhi did not campaign in Himachal Pradesh, Congress won. Sorry, Rahul Gandhi did not campaign, Congress won. Rahul Gandhi addressed just a couple of rallies in Maharashtra Assembly election. Congress did fairly well. So Gandhi may not be the swing factor for the Congress in elections, but still there is no other leader who can actually match him in terms of his national stature so far. And the way he is building himself up as Modi's challenger, and for some other Congress leader to come up to that level will take a lot of time.
And Rahul Gandhi is also had 20 years to come to this place. So yeah. Final question, DK, before we wrap up. Going ahead for the next few days at least, will it be a Congress communications versus BJP communications battle? Is the key now how Congress manages to communicate what this victimization of Rahul Gandhi to the public?
Because on the ground, if Congress is talking about hitting the streets and mobilizing people on the ground, it's unlikely to happen. We haven't seen it happening. So wherever you have Congress demonstrations, agitations on price rise, unemployment, you saw the thing sustaining for a day, for a few hours, and then fizzling out. Because you do not have the organizational base. Now, just to give you an example, say this time you are taking up the issue of Rahul Gandhi being victimized by the ruling dispensation. But how much enthusiasm will the congressmen have? I'm just giving an example of former UP Congress chief Ajay Kumar Lallu. He was arrested in 2020 because there was a stand-up between the Yogi government and the Congress, because Congress wanted to arrange some bus to bring migrant workers. The then UP Congress chief is arrested, put behind bars for 3 weeks. You don't hear anything from the Congress top brass, leave alone going to Lucknow to meet him in prison. All that you heard from the top brass was what I remember, probably a couple of tweets from Priyanka Gandhi. Nobody bothered to go and help the UP Congress chief. Now suddenly Rahul Gandhi is disqualified. And you expect all the congressmen across the country to rise up and fight for him. Maybe they may. I'm not completely ruling it out, but I'm saying that connect between the party workers and the leadership is no more that is strong, because somehow the leadership is doing their own stuff. Party workers have been left to fend for themselves. That enthusiasm is missing. What you witness in BJP or for that matter even AAP or Trinamool Congress, that enthuse is completely missing in the Congress rank and file. That is one part. Second part is, will you be able to mobilize the people? Now we have discussed how it's a legal battle and what will you tell people, like how you have been victimized. Court has convicted you. Lok Sabha Speaker has disqualified you as per rules. So where are you the victim? Congress will find it very difficult to convince the people that Rahul has been victimized. For the BJP, we are talking about battle of communications. BJP is far ahead of the Congress in that. And BJP is, we have discussed the kind of narrative BJP is building up. It will be very difficult for the Congress to get an edge over the BJP when it comes to a communication fight.
All right, thank you so much for that, DK. That's
Thanks,
all
sir.
we have today for Polygraph. We will be keeping a tab on all the updates on this whole Rahul Gandhi saga that will take place over the next few days. But as of now, thank you so much for watching this episode. We'll be back next week with another episode of Polygraph.
Thank you, Ishadrita.